So we actually, we're very precise as to where we want to see EU reject from. Remember yesterday call, we started with DXY and then we analyzed DXY and I was like, okay, I'm anticipating DXY to come down. Those of you that have been following us for a long time, from the monthly time frame down to the weekly time frame, down to the daily time frame, we have been anticipating the DXY to go down. Okay. I want to ask a question quickly. How many of you have actually watched yesterday's recording? I was watching it, like I was listening to it yesterday, and it seems I was too fast when I was talking. So I want to confirm, was I too fast? Because it seems I was very fast when I was talking. At some point I thought maybe while I was editing it, I had fast forwarded it extrude. So I want to know, was I too fast? Please help me out now so I can know how to go about this. Was I too fast? I'm waiting for your response. Yes. Oh, yeah. I kind of noticed it also that I was kind of fast. But at some point, I was thinking, did I forward this while recording, while editing the video? Yes. So I'm going to try to take it slowly this time. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to rush this now. Okay. All right. So for EU, yesterday while we were doing the analysis on DXY, I actually, did the analysis for you guys and I was like, okay, I want DXY to reject from that institutional kind of area. That is this mitigation on the opposite direction for DXY, just like we have, where's DXY here? Okay, and it was on the 15 minutes, right? But I mean, it was so based on liquidity and structure, we knew that what the DXY was to go to the downside, right? Because from the monthly, the weekly, and I mean, this is where we are still anticipating DXY to get to. Okay. But now it has actually taken out that liquidity we marked out in this area. So this liquidity now has taken it out. So you guys can see, boom. So we have a sweep liquidity, and then we had this liquidity equal lows also, and then we had this down range, right? So what I was anticipating yesterday for DXY was a push up into what this distribution area. But then I noticed something on the 30 minutes. Okay, on the 30 minutes, we had this word, this equal highs in this area. So if I'm to remove this and then take this off and then take this off and then take this off also, we can see that we have this sweep of liquidity in this area, right? Am I? Okay, yes, I'm recording already. And then so we had this sweep of liquidity, this to the top side. And then, so this, after we had this, down candle, we had this big push up. So I can say the move to capturing the liquidity to the upside, has already started and prices going up, 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 up. So this whole area, because yesterday, I did the analysis again. I was like, we should have boxed in all this area for the potential area for accumulation distribution. And then this imbalance would have been preferred to play. And as you can see, price came there. We missed this one, but price gave us a second entry again before price now rejected to the downside. So this is how we should have done it rather than how I did it before. But then EU actually gave us a better play because on EU now, on the 30 minutes, now we were very precise as to, wanting price to reject from this imbalance here. Can you see this imbalance, or you should get to this mitigation candle? That was why I boxed in this, this circled this area and this area. And as we can see, price came into that area and then rejected from there, swept the liquidity. I knew it was going to take out this liquidity, mitigate from the imbalance and then go up. But then this all moved to the upside. I mean, I didn't see this coming, right? I knew there was news, but like I said, I like to get in before the news, right? I don't like to be in it. I don't like to start looking for trade ideas when news has started or 1 minute or 2 minutes before the news. I like to be in before the news so I can have my stop loss at break even than anything that wants to happen. But we can see with CPI news yesterday, it didn't even respect stop loss, because on my trade on USD JPY and the other one, my broker closed me way past my TP. Understand? I was aiming for 1 to 3, closed me at 1 to 8. So that was like very, you know, interesting and happy to see, right? So for EU, how could you have traded this? We wanted accumulation to happen inside this area. Let's see, because I actually checked it. There was a play on 1 minute and there was also a play on the 5 minutes, right? There was a play on the 5 minutes. On the 5 minutes, we have, let me see. So on the 5, no, was it 4? Yeah, so on the 4 minutes, we had what the accumulation that took place, as you can see. So price came into the area. We're very precise. All of this area, you see this break of structure here, low, high, low, break. It wasn't happening inside the point of interest. So therefore, this is not valid for me. We had another one here, low, high, low, break. Yeah, it wasn't inside the point of interest. So you need to be very precise as to where you are looking at for that break of structure. Okay, you need to be very precise. And we had it here in this area, this lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we had what structure shift to the upside, gave us this higher high. So all of this down candle, going to play 50%. That could have been interesting, or you're just targeting this candle and that does not have a wick to the upside. Yeah, so maybe this area here you could have played. I mean, I was already in on UJ, GJ, and AUD so I didn't even bother to like look at EU, but then I just checked it later and see that it played out. So if I was to trade it, my entry would have been this is 39. Let me see. I mean, I would have gone for 50. Yes. Stop loss would have been just, yeah, about 7 pips. So this is how I would have traded it. And if I was actually looking at EU, I knew I would have actually cut all of this to the upside. So if you took advantage of it, this is the move give. So I go 1 to 11 and, you know, all the way to this side as like a 1 to 19. If you took advantage of EU, play that well from that area. But then I didn't take this. The one I took was USD JPY. So USD JPY also, we had a call, right? Yesterday, we were even live on this call. And I told you guys that you should not like have a limit on this because of the stop loss. Like again, I didn't know all of this big move was gonna happen. So we had this limit and I was like, okay, don't take it, wait for distribution to happen. And was there heaven distribution? On the 1 minute. So when price came into that area, okay, came and give us this high, this higher low, this higher high, high low, higher high, and then we had the structure break. So it broke the structure, and I mean, if you wanted to trade it, it's just that it didn't give us that premium sell, because if I was to take this 1 minute distribution now, I'm sure my entry, I would have been looking at this candle or even at this candle for a sell opportunity, because this candle looks like it captured this liquidity. So I would have wanted higher pricing from there. But what I did was I got in with the 5-minute limit order. I just got in with a 5-minute limit order. I had my limit entry and then my stop loss 17 pip and this. So I was aiming for 1 to 3, which got hit before news dropped. So I had to adjust my TP to that 4-hour institutional candle we talked about yesterday. That was where I thought accumulation was going to happen from, but this area, because the structure was bullish, you can see lower low, and then we had the structure break here. So this was like the down range, and then this was the top range. So I was trying to take the counter trend sell just to sell down to this institutional candle. So my TP, final TP was at this open of this candle, but news, because of the news and the the magnitude of volume coming in, kind of pushed price and it closed me at 136,411. Yeah, area, and you can see still went down the more, down, 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 down here. So this was like a 1 to 18. And then for GBP, JPY, we also talked about it yesterday, right? Talked about GJ on the 15 minutes. We even did this one live here, right? So we had this high, this low, this high, the breaker structure. And we were all like contemplating if our price was going to sell down. You guys remember, right? But then NC gave us the entry, and I had my limit order also on 15 minutes. I did this one all the way down. So what am I seeing now in GJ? Because I checked it this morning. I'm seeing this liquidity here. So we know they're going to come to the downside. So, but then we are going to start the analysis from like bigger time frame all the way down. But for now, you can see the liquidity, and price has not gotten to, I can see this 50%. So let me see the daily. What's up? So on the daily time frame, yeah, price was rejecting from the imbalance. You guys remember that imbalance that was here? And then it broke the structure. So this was like a higher high. So we wanted to sell, okay, a retracement all the way to 50%. So 50% is okay for a discount entry. So taking the sell all the way down to at least 50% and, below, right? So now going back to the 1 hour, we see the liquidity, right? Liquidity is there, and we are so close to the 50% already. Let me. So yes, so I still believe price is going to sell down. Okay, price is still going to sell down. So, um, but we have to make sure we are in line with structure. Okay, we're not just going to be selling because the liquidity is down low. Okay, let me check 30 minutes. What's up? 10 minutes. So 15 minutes. Let me put this to side and okay. Uh, we have this I, so this liquidity here has been taken out already. So let's just scale down to a lower time frame. Let me say 5 minutes. What do we have in 5 minutes? Okay, so I see the big imbalance on the 5 minutes now. What I would say is because of this liquidity and the daily structure is still going to create a higher low, maybe we can look for distribution. Seeing, I mean, we have a very big imbalance up here. Okay, so now this trade idea is now going to be like imbalance versus liquidity. Okay, so you see this big imbalance, they might come to feel it. Okay, but they can always feel it as they're going back up to create a daily higher high. So keep an eye in that area. But then on the 5 minute, what I'm seeing is this big, we have a small imbalance here also that is in line with structure. Because on the 5 minutes, we had what price was coming in a bearish form, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then it broke the structure. We have higher high, higher low, and then we have this higher high. And our price has broken the structure again. We have a lower low, so possibly a lower high, and then dump to give us a lower low, and then capture this liquidity. Yeah, you guys catch that? So based on the current 5 minute structure, we are bearish. Okay, and I mean, if there's going to be news, just make sure you're in before the news, and just it is not only CPI news that does not respect stop loss. I mean, this year I've experienced it now, like I think 3 times, right? 3 times. This is the first time I'm actually this year. Yesterday was the first time I actually took a trade, and then the move in price, like price movements, did not respect TP or did not respect TP or stop loss I experienced. You understand? The first time it happened, I wasn't trading. I think I went out and I came back and saw the group was on fire. Everybody's typing of how these people lost this amount. Everybody posting stop was not respected. I was like, wow, thank God I wasn't trading, because who knows, maybe I would have been on the wrong side. Again. So in terms of the 5 minute range, we have this as the top range on the 5 minutes. Okay, and then we have this as the present we have this as the present down range on a 5-minute here. Okay, so we're just going to be trading within the range, down range, and so we have the top range, and then we have the down range. All right. Yeah. So I actually said I was going to trade 10 times. I was going to take 10 trades this week, but I mean, I've had like the first trade I took started the week. That one gave me like 11, and now this one's 1 to 8. So I mean, the risk to reward has been crazy. Yeah, and then GJ, AUD, NZD. I'm not even trade again. All right, I was anticipating 10 trades, but now the risk reward is covering up for so many trades already. All right, so this is the present down range and this imbalance here. I would just keep an eye in this area. Maybe we can get some distribution inside this area to go down. All right. I mean, is this simple, right? If you don't see the confirmations, you don't get in. It's very simple. So for a sell, all right. And why? Because of this 1 hour liquidity that is here. So we have this 1 hour liquidity that is in this area. So we're going to anticipate that price is going to take out this liquidity here. And then where's that 50%? So this is 50%. So I mean, if you can catch an entry here, I'm out. I'm not holding this anymore. Understand? Because I had my limit at 1 to 3, and then the broker just closed me around, I think 1 to, is it 10 or 8? So I'm not in. So, but then this area. So keep an eye on this area to go down. Yeah. So this liquidity here has been captured already. I'll send it to you now. Still loading, sorry. So the network. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me because my network is. All right, you can hear me. Okay. All right, that's copied already. Paste. All right, so help me drop that. Okay. All right. So that's for GJ and AUD, NZD. All right, AUD, NZD. So this one just hit TP just now. And I remember I told you guys to keep an eye on this. Okay. This area here is a monthly. This area, this imbalance you're seeing here is from the monthly candle. And we had a 1 hour accumulation inside that area. So this big spike down was what do I call it? This big spike down was news. That was CP high news yesterday. So you see, came down, didn't hit stop loss. Okay, and then price rejected, went back up, and then you can see let's hit CP already. So I mean, let's wait for the 1 hour range to be established, then we can try look for entries because remember, this is the higher low potentially forming on the monthly time frame. So if this is going to be like established higher low, then we're good. Like we can look for buy opportunities because there's liquidity here and we're going to be taking this all the way to upside. So nothing here yet. It's still forming a new range. So I'm going to wait. I mean, I see it, but let's just wait for more confirmations. Okay. So let's look for, and then EURUSD JPY quickly. I wanted to show you guys. Remember when we did the analysis, we originally wanted to sell from the 4-hour point of interest. You guys remember, right? We started the analysis from the 2-day time frame and then to the daily, and then we were saying this is potential area for distribution. And then we went down to 4 hours. We saw this imbalance. And then on the call, I told you guys that we could be buying into the sell area. And that was where we saw the 1-hour entry, which I took. And I'm sure some of you took that 1-hour sell also. Yeah, I think Tolu took it. You understand? Tolu has been holding since. So it got to this area. So I had my entry here on the 5 minutes, gave me 1 to 10, no, 8. It was a 1 to 8. And then price came down and now it's finally in that area now. It's finally in the 4-hour area. So what am I seeing? Okay, you see this liquidity to the downside, making sense now. Okay. So we have liquidity to the downside as so I see the liquidity. And then these all areas where we are anticipating distribution from. Okay, so in terms of the 4-hour structure, what can we see? We had this high, we had 1-hour structure rather, higher low, and then we had this high, low, high, low, high. It broke the structure here. Can you see where the structure break happened? Lower low, we had a retracement. Definitely there must have been an entry. And then we had this lower low, lower high, lower low. So in terms of the 1-hour range, I can say this and this. So let's just scale down to see what's up. All right. I mean, price came into that 4-hour area we were anticipating. Go and watch the recording. You see it. Yeah. So price came there and rejected from that area to the downside. I sold AJ yesterday. Wow. I mean, she kept an eye on that 4-hour imbalance, right? That's good. I mean, I can look at everything or trade everything. Just focus on one and then just do it. So it was amazing. I mean, I took the retracement to the upside, but now I'm not in on this. Yeah. So for on 1-hour structure now, I can, so let's see. So I like the fact that there's money to the downside and we have extra money. Yes, we have some money here also in this area. So from this area to this area, I see money. So there's liquidity in this area. Okay, and then all of this also there's money here, and then there's money here. You see this, there's money in this area. So there are reasons as to why I want to see price go to the downside. And our price has given us a 50%. Yes, so price has gotten to 50% of the 4-hour imbalance, and it has dropped already. So good. Now what do we have? Let me check the 30 minutes time frame. So on the 30 minutes, so on the 30 minutes time frame, we have, you guys can see this was the first distribution we had as soon as price got to the imbalance, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. It gave us the breaker structure in this area. So in terms of our 30 minutes range, this would have been the top range, this would have been the down range. And this was even like amazing because it gave us the signature setup, right? Breaker structure there. Do we have the liquidity? Yes. I mean, so I see why you sold yesterday now. Okay, do we have a premium sell area? Yes. So what would have been the entry? Something like this. So my entry would have been 93,049. I would have played 50, so this would have actually missed my entry by very small peep. At a stop loss, yeah, 15. Or maybe waited for distribution to take place. Let's see if we had that distribution. Go to the 5 minutes in this area. So price came into this area and let's see what happened in this area. Okay, now I'm not seeing the distribution now. On the 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, and then 1 minute. So on 1 minute, do we have the distribution there? High, higher low, higher high, and then we had a break in this area. So this would have been like confusing because I'm not seeing any this distribution in that area. So maybe like smaller time frames lower than 1 minute. We might have seen it there, but yeah, nothing. Okay. I mean, it gave the entry, but like on the 4 minutes now we see this high, low, higher, high break, but there was a lot of weeks, but I've been really confusing to get in. So me, I would have missed out on this because I would have played 50. So even if I wanted to play the imbalance, my entry would have been, like I showed you, 50. And as you can see, it didn't get there. So 50, stop loss would have been just up here, about 15 pips. So something like this is what I would have played. And price would have left me. M1 breaker structure, sent screenshot on Telegram group this morning. Oh yeah, I see the M1 breaker structure. I saw it, right? But there was no like, the imbalance and all of that stuff. So now in terms of the 30 minutes range now, so let's work with what we have. So yesterday has gone, liquidity has been captured, and then they created a new one for us to play. So now let's see. So 30 minutes range. So when it broke the structure, it gave us this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay. So we have this as the top range on the 30 minutes. And we still have a little imbalance as a point of interest in case. All right, so let's go to the 15 minutes. See, imbalance is even bigger. Okay, from here to here and then to here. So now why I'm marking up those imbalances? Okay, so in case this top range gets violated, maybe wants to go to the imbalance and then distribute from there. You understand? Because even in this top range now, I'm beginning to see it like, liquidity. You see, this might be liquidity that they can just spike up, just like USD/JPY yesterday. They can just spike up, and then maybe this is where the distribution is going to happen to come down. Okay, so just keeping an high. So this area, I would do this here. Yes, but then we're still going to be working with the range. So, well, 15-minute range. This is the top range here, and check 5 minutes. So this liquidity is looking like there's more and more evidence now on this time frame. Okay, so what I would do is although this is the top range, but I'm gonna I would love to see this area here. Okay, so I would just consider this area, liquidity, and anticipate that price will take it before dropping. So something like this. All right, so this area. So what am I anticipating now? Push up, sweep the liquidity, give me distribution. All right. This potential area for distribution is saying all of this area is from the 4-hour, it's from the it's from it's from the 2-day time frame institutional candle. Okay. That's liquidity or inducement, probably. Yes. Yep. I mean, what do you mean by inducement? So yes, okay. I'll send it out now. So I'm going to send it out, okay? Philip, what's good? Morning. GJ at POI. GJ has gotten to POI. Okay. All right. So for this, good morning, fam. So for USD, for AUD JPY, this is what I'm looking at. So keep an eye in this area up there for distribution. Okay. So let's anticipate that the range will be violated and then price is going to drop from this area here. Okay. So I'm going to send this out now and then we have that. So we have to break a structure in this area. And then we have this fractal high, up, up. So something like this. Okay. So make sure like have a limit, not limits distribution in this, like wait for distribution in this area, right? And then we have, today is Wednesday. I saw that we have like some major news today. So by 8 o'clock in the morning, we had, 8 in the morning, we had USD FOMC. It was FOMC this morning. And then we have FOMC statements. We have federal fund rates. And 8:30, we had FOMC press conference. And by 10:45, as the next news, we have NZD news. Oops. So we have a red NZD news by 10:45. And then by, yeah, that's all the news we have today. Just USD and NZD. So are we trading any NZD pair? No. Yes. So all the news for USD has been dropped already. So yeah, we should be good. Have I sent this out? Chat on AJ is saying, okay, Ma, you can send it to me. Let me see it. All right, I'm going to send this chat now. So just, this break of structure is not from here, because look at, I think it was on a higher time frame. I can't remember, 30 minutes or so. So don't go and say, why is coach putting the break of structure in this area? Yeah, it's from a higher time frame. Okay, send it to me. All right, let me check. All right, so let me copy this and let me paste it. Okay. EURUSD 15 minutes. All right, so Mama sent me a chart, but it's different from I'm trying to check what broker this is. Ohando. So this is Ohando. The chart is different. Where had the file dropped? What file? Okay, you mean the recording? I used to like upload it. I upload it on YouTube and I'll send a link. So I always drop it in the group. So once you're in the group, you should have access to it. Okay. So yes. Okay, let's go to GJ quickly. I'll come back to this AUD JPY. GBPJPY. Oh, you see? Now it seems they are going for now they have broken structure to the upside again. So I'm just going to wait. That's why I don't want to have a limit order on this. Okay, so who knows? Maybe they want to fill the imbalance first. So we still have to wait then. Okay, it's not ready to go down. Just wait on that. So for AUD 15 minutes. I think we have a different chart. So my broker Pepperstone is showing this, but for AUD JPY on Ohando, this is what I'm seeing. 15 minutes. So you guys, can you see this now? So there's a difference in the candles. So this actually showed that, they swept this liquidity. Can you guys see it? But now let me check FX AUD JPY. Let me check FXCM. We don't have it there. Okay, so it's not there. It's showing as liquidity. So now Pepperstone FXEM is showing as liquidity. Ohando is showing that we have the liquidity sweep. Let's confirm from one more. DJPY. Let's use forex.com. What do we have? Okay, showing that the liquidity has been swept. Price came into the imbalance. AUD JPY. 8 gates. Let's check this. So majority of them is showing that the liquidity is still there. Capital.com, liquidity is still there. This. So majority of them is showing that the liquidity is still there. Okay. All right. So what do we do now? If you are trading with Ohando, like if you use the Ohando broker, it's showing that liquidity has been swept. But for my broker, I still have the liquidity there. And since I'm using Pepperstone, that's the broker I used to trade, I still see the liquidity there. So I'm going to consider this as liquidity is still intact. And then price should come into this area and then give me distribution and then go down from there. So maybe what I would say is, if you use Ohando, just box, like draw out the imbalance. And when price gets there, wait for like lower time frame entry. Okay. So don't just go in with a limit order, like right in. I know that if you put a limit here with stop loss, I'm not going to go in with a limit order. I'm going to wait for distribution inside that box. Because now that we're having different chart, presentation, some say the liquidity has been swept, some showing liquidity is still there. So have I sent this out? Have I sent this AUD markup? Let me see if I've sent it. Okay, no, nobody has sent it to the group. So please, can you help me send it? You dropped it here, but I can't find it since I just joined the Zoom again. So can you help me like send it to the general group? I can't see it. The only one I'm seeing is the one Philip sent. That's for GJ. Can you help me send it to the group? All right, thank you so much. Okay. Let me copy. Thank you. So that's for AUDJPY. All right, thank you. So for a new now for DXY and EU, what should we be looking out for now since all of this area has played out? So what is like the new directional bias now for DXY and EU? So let's look at it together. So on the daily time frame, all right. So you can see all of these areas are the extension levels, right? So drawing the range from the top range to the down range, price came to 50%, remember, and then starts to go down. So all of these negative numbers here, and minus 27, minus 41, these are extension areas for me. And I like the way you see these extension areas are lining up with our monthly supply and demand area. So the DXY is still going to come down, right? Still has it's still going to come down the more. Okay, so let me just extend them to the front, yeah, like this. Yeah. So now, what do we have? Today is Wednesday, so so this is the top range, this is the down range. Yeah. And the down range is still creating. Price has taken out the liquidity, but I mean, we have this area here also, so not fully, right? We still have liquidity in this area, and then there's an imbalance in this area also. So you see this imbalance is inside, lining up with the 41 percent. So I still see the DXY going down. We've been saying it's going to go down for a long time, and it has been going down. All right, so lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So a lower low, but I don't know if it has been set yet. But we have this daily liquidity here. And let's scale down now to 4-hour time frame. Okay, so on 4 hours, we had the 4-hour range, which was the top range, and then this was the down range, and then we had this now lower high and lower low. So the present 4-hour top range now is now this for me. So this is the present 4-hour top range, and where we are now, the down range there. Yes, so possible retracement, exactly. So they might not come for this liquidity immediately. So maybe price is going to retrace up and then into this imbalance, and then we can find, that entry to go down from there. Okay, what I'm saying. So we have this range. So top range on the 4-hour, and then so this daily down range now has been taken out. So we're gonna wait for a new one to be established. This is the current one, but we don't know if this is it yet. And in 4 hours, we have this as the lower low, lower high, lower low. So 4-hour range presently is from that top range to this down range. Okay, so we have this down range here and stop range here. And then let's go to the 1 hour and see. And then on the 1 hour, we also have this as, the range. Okay, this is the down range, this is the top range, and I'm seeing liquidity now. So we have this money in this area. So there's liquidity above. Okay. Let's check 15 minutes, 30 minutes, see something. Let's check the 15 minutes. Okay. I'm thinking of something, but let's all come to agreement with it. Okay. We're all gonna agree together, just like we agreed for UJ. Okay. So yes, we see the liquidity, right? We see the daily liquidity here is there. So we know they're gonna come for it at some point. And remember how this area is acting like a magnet. This drawing price, that demand supply area is drawing price to come down. Okay, for now we have this liquidity and we have this very big imbalance, that CP high cost. Right, this from here all the way down, 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 down. So go to the 15 minutes. We still have the imbalance. So on this area. So now the 15-minute structure. Let me check 10 because I can see, yeah. So we had some kind of break of structure, right? Low, lower high, lower low, and then we had a break in this area, and then higher low, higher high. I'm sorry, higher high, higher low, high, and I can see this liquidity here. So I mean, so maybe a push down to go up, maybe they should feel the imbalance before coming for the daily liquidity. What do you guys think? Do you think something like that? Like they're gonna come for this liquidity here before coming for this bigger one here? Drop your opinions. Let me see. Now I need your opinions, okay? Start dropping your opinions on what you think EU is going to do. All right. I'm waiting. Start sending them in. Same with mine. All right, that's good. So we are one. Guys, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your opinion, okay? And let's try to round up soon because I'll just talk on this and then EU. I am waiting for your opinion, okay? I mean, don't be scared to talk. Just say it. What do you feel is going to happen? We'll go down. Okay, so you feel it's going to go for the daily liquidity immediately instead of filling the imbalance up. Okay, that's another opinion. Sell to the imbalance. Sell to the imbalance first. So what you're trying to say is it's going to capture this. It's going to come straight for the daily liquidity and then come straight into the demand supply area. Okay. Or do you mean buy to the imbalance? Because there's two imbalance now, one to the downside, one to the upside. Two of them have liquidity, yeah, and then liquidity, yeah. All right, so guys, I'm waiting. I need like answers dropping back to back. Price would take the small internal sell to the sell imbalance to go up. So what you're trying to say is price will go up, right? That's what you're trying to say. Okay. All right. I don't want to start calling names. Okay, so just drop what you think is gonna happen. Like just say it. Okay, yes, they will retrace to the in IPA and then sell down. The bearish play will continue until price finally clear the daily liquidity and fill the weekly IPA. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. More. I need more answers. All right. I'm with you on that, sir. Okay. So some of you are saying it's going to go down. Some are saying it's going to go up. All right. Okay. I mean, price is going to do either of the two, right? It's either going to go down or it's going to come up. So one of us will be right. Okay. So I need more answers. More. I mean, if you don't know what to say, just say sell or buy. Let me know you're saying something. Okay. I'm waiting. Take out the liquidity above and sell down to the daily liquidity. They might not even fill the IPA. Okay. Buy to sell. Buy to sell. Okay. Everybody's saying buy to sell, buy to sell. So what we are saying is that, okay, buy to sell. I feel we will buy first. All right. All right. Okay. So, this is today's Wednesday, 23. Yeah, so this is the daily candle open for me. This area 23 from here to here. So the daily candle opened here for me. So this is this daily candle opening price is here. So we have daily opening price, right? In this area. And London opening price is 9 o'clock. That's London session started 9 o'clock. So this area buy up. So this is London opening price also. Okay. So now if we are anticipating a buy up to then sell down, that means we are anticipating a bullish, kind of a bullish day, right? Okay. I feel it will buy first. So a lot of people have the opinion that price is going to buy because now look at this. There's liquidity to the upside, there's liquidity to the downside also. So smart money is consolidating right now, like price is consolidating. Can you see? So we have consolidation. Price is coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down. So they are creating what liquidity. All right. They're creating liquidity. So what do I feel is going to happen? I mean, seeing how we sold down, like we sold, like price really moved down yesterday. So maybe push up to fill the imbalance. I think take out this liquidity because the imbalance is all the way to this area already. This is all the imbalance from like very big. And then, so on the 15 minutes now, on 15 minutes, I can see this small imbalance here. You see, there's an imbalance here. And the range on the 15 minutes is, this is the down range on 15 minutes. This is the top range. Okay. So something like this, down range. Okay, that's the structure within the structure. This down range is coming from like the 4 hours, right? 4 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Then the 15 minutes now is having its own present structure within the structure range at this high, this low, and then this high. So liquidity to the downside. They're about to take out this liquidity now. You can see. Let me see the 20 minutes what we have quickly. So there's imbalance on the 20, there's imbalance on the 15, there's imbalance on the 10, and then there's imbalance on, I think there should be an imbalance on the 5 minutes also. Yes, I'm going to go the 10 minutes. It's looking bigger. So this area. So just keep an eye, okay? Maybe it's gonna go up on there. They're about to take out this one. Okay, just like what happened yesterday. See, came into that area and then rejected from there. So I mean, it's okay to be wrong. I mean, if this doesn't happen, then that means we know that they are coming forward the daily liquidity to the downside, right? But let's keep an eye in this area. So maybe now that they've taken this liquidity to the downside, maybe they are going to come for this liquidity to the upside, right? I mean, trading is probability, right? So, I mean, they're even there now. Let's see. Let's wait and see. Oh, this is DXY. We can't trade this. Forgotten. Let's go to EU quickly. I forgot. Let's go to EU if it's the same thing we have. I'm trying to copy this. All right, so quickly, let's go to EU. EU should be giving us the opposites. Okay. It is giving us the opposites. So for DXY, we said it's going to sell, then buy. And for EU, that means it's going to buy, then sell, right? So DXY still has daily liquidity, but EU does not have any liquidity to the upside because it has captured the daily liquidity already. The only thing I see on EU now is this imbalance here that is price rejected from yesterday, and it filled it up 100% already. So that's it. Going to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. Let me remove this. So on 4-hour time frame, we have this. On 1 hour, we have this. So you can see this is the big imbalance. A big imbalance on the 1 hour has already been filled. Okay, price filled it already. So the stop range taken out, and then we have this on the 30 minutes. We have the equal lows, and EU sell is more possible. Yeah. So if we're expecting a sell, if we're expecting a sell at EU, that means we're anticipating the XY to buy. So a buy first to then come down, right? So, and it was on 15 minutes we had a markup. Okay. So the liquidity is from here. Okay, all of this. Okay. Liquidity to the downside. And so it has captured the liquidity to the upside already. Just like our DXY already captured the liquidity. Okay, okay. Liquidity above captured, but there's no imbalance here. So the imbalance is still way down on the DXY, but on coming. I mean, all right, so let's scale down time. Let's check the 10 minutes. Do we have the imbalance? So no, it's not there. 5 minutes. So there's no imbalance there. Price has filled everything already. But on the DXY, the imbalance is there. So we're just gonna, let's say we're gonna use the DXY to trade EU now. So what I'm trying to say is, let me go back to DXY. So we're gonna do this DXY. Okay, 10 minutes time frame. And then I would split the screen, put this EU here. Okay, EU, I'm gonna go to 10 minutes time frame also. All right, so what we're gonna do is when DXY gets to this area, Okay. Wherever EU is, just start to look for distribution to go down. Okay. I've seen stuff like this happen before. Okay. And then we have this big imbalance here. So we have the liquidity sweep. Yeah. So I would like to see this get down into this. I swept it already. I mean, when I created some kind of equal loads. So maybe we should be patient more to see it come down. Still going to sell down, accumulate in this area. So as it's giving us the accumulation in this area, anywhere EU is, it should be giving us some kind of distribution. So maybe in this area, yeah, maybe a little bit higher, maybe somewhere here. I'm coming. So, oh no. Yeah, so maybe. All right, so this to come down, EU should distribute from here to sell down for this liquidity and then capture this. So as it's going down, the XY will be going up for the imbalance. So where's the daily? London open, 9 o'clock was UTC. Yeah, so should be this candle here. Yeah. Okay, so we want to be selling above the opening price in a bearish day. So if we're anticipating that today is going to be a bearish day, then looking for sell opportunities above that area would be good. All right. So this is what I'm seeing for DXY and EU. I want this to come down the more into this area. It didn't get there. So at what time is London open today? It's like the time changed. Yeah, London open is 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock now. You can check that on what's the website? Forex time zone. Yeah. Forex time zone or something. Yeah. And then it's gonna give us this. Yeah. So Forex dot time zone. Yeah. And use this one. So this is one I use. I just use Africa Lagos. Once I use Africa Lagos, see London opens by 9 o'clock. New York is by 2 p.m. So 9 a.m. is London session. So I just change this to my time here. Also, I come here, change it to Lagos. So 9 o'clock, I know this is London open for me. Okay. We're confused. Oh, sorry. So 9 o'clock London. All right, so this is it for DXY, for EU, is what I'm looking at. Okay. Yeah. Let me add one more thing quickly before we round up the session. So 23. So this one. This one here. Yes. All right. So I'm going to send it out now. And we pray that this would favor us. Do you have any questions for me before I end the session? Yes, 9 a.m. Nigerian time is London open. We just confirmed it now from the website. So in order to get that on your chart, you just need to change, the time you are using. Okay. Once you come here, click on this. So we have different time. for different countries. So UTC +1, this is Lagos. Okay, and Lagos covers for the whole 36 states in Nigeria. So don't start looking for where is Abuja here, or where is Ibadan, or where is Enugu. Lagos covers for the whole 36 states. I feel it's the most popular in Nigeria. That's why they use it here. So Lagos covers for everything. We are all using the same time here in Nigeria. Do you use COT for your fundamental analysis? Yeah, I used to, but not every time. I have it, but I don't use it like every time. So yes, I just use it most times when I check it. I use it to like know, okay, what are the institutions doing? You know, are they pulling out money from this particular pair, or are they adding in money? You know, so that's what I use it for generally. But I like to do fundamental analysis majorly, understand, you know, reason with the candles. What are the candles saying? I like to, you know, understand what the candles are telling me. Then I can plan my trade based on that. Yeah. So COT data and other websites are just for like extra confirmations. Okay. All right. So please help me send the chat to the general group. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. Send it. Yeah. All right. So in the absence of no questions, have a great day. I wish you well. Bye-bye. I see one question. Can you explain what you said about London Open and Daily Open? I mean, it's very simple. You know, just like let me just give you a very simple explanation of what I mean by that. Okay, now let's say this is the daily candle now, and we have this week here to the downside. Okay, something like this. Let me try to make it bigger so we can have. Okay, so we have this week to the downside, and then we have this week to the upside here. Okay, so and then this is the daily candle. I'm going to make this let me make it green. So style, let's put it to green. So we know the general green buy candle is green, right? And then increase the opacity to 100. All right, so what I'm trying to say is now if today is going to be like a bullish day, like today's going to be a bullish day, this, you know, is like the starting of the candle. So the candle for the daily opened here, down here, right? We know candle from candlestick formation, right? This is the open, this is the low, this is the close, and this is the high of the day, right? So the open, any trading activity below the opening price, you know, and if that day is going to be a bullish day, like you've done your analysis and you're anticipating that this day is going to be a bullish day, one of the best place to buy is buying below the opening price. And what that simply means is, number one, you're just going to catch more pips. And number two, you're just your risk to reward is going to be bigger. That's just it. It's not like there's one how do I put it? That's just it to me. You're gonna catch like more peeps, and you're gonna have like a much more bigger risk to reward. That's it. No, not even risk to reward, because you can enter on the daily below the open and your stop loss is big, and then there can be another opportunity even while the body is printing, and then the stop loss is much more smaller. So let's remove bigger risk to reward. Let me just say more peeps. That's what it means. Because if I'm entering below the daily open and you are entering somewhere inside the body, there is no way you're going to have more pips than me. It's not possible. So majorly is just catching a better entry. That's just it. Catching a better entry. Let me put it that way. So if the day is going to be bullish, looking for buy opportunities below the daily opening is good. And that is you catching a weak entry on the daily. So it's not like there's one magic to it or one special something. It's just you having more pips for that day. Because if this is going to move like 100 pips today, 100 pips, the body is like 100 pips. You've already, once you catch an entry way down here, that is adding more pips to you already. And then when it goes up close, you have more pips than anybody that is entering. Yeah. So it doesn't have to do with risk to reward. Sorry about that. Okay. And doesn't have to do with you making more money. You understand? Because someone can enter here with a bigger amount of money, and then you that entered below this, you're making 100, someone's making like 1,000. So I think the general thing there is just you having more pips, and then it gives you a very, very good entry. Understand? Like for example, now if this day is going to be a bearish day, and this is where the daily candle open. If I catch an entry here now, I'm just saying I catch an entry here with a smaller stop loss here. I'm gonna have more peeps. You know, can you see this is already about 52 peeps than somebody that entered here. So if you entered here or you entered here and the daily is gonna close here, I mean you have like 25. I'm having this is me having 60 something peeps already. So no difference, okay. Yeah. Okay. Somebody said nothing for synthetic. I'm still having issues with uh this. So I'm still having issues with it. Still giving me, still breaking. Can you see? So I'm really confused. But then we called this out and they played out well. So I'm happy about that. And I'm excited that, you know, we saw this liquidity and we called it out and price is finally there. And I was like, I was going to reject from this imbalance and then price did. So happy about that. All right, so until this fixed, like when this is fixed, then we can now start to talk on synthetic indices. All right, fam. So thank you so much. Keep an eye on this, okay? Have a good day. Bye-bye.